I like that one at the very end. We always get George's going to have to put dollars in there though instead of quarters. I think so. Anyways, there's George and there's Sean. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Hey, Sean. Good morning. Good morning, Sean.
I can't believe you're in your chair, Sean.
Are you frozen?
I know. I was here early. I was here at 6 a.m. waiting for you guys.
I seen you down in the
Why
bottom.
do I still hear music?
I don't know.
You
It's
hear
not
me?
coming from me. I don't have anything going. Is it your neighbor?
Oh, there it is. It was the Rumble thing going on.
Oh, I don't. I was gonna say.
I got the Rumble screen up. I didn't have it muted. That's what it is.
Oh, I've done that before when I started the show on the second laptop over here, and it really threw me for a loop because I hadn't used it in a while and couldn't remember how to shut the volume down.
And here I was getting ready to blame George for it. Just kidding, George.
I got white boy songs. Gotta get the rednecks ready. Gotta get the rednecks ready with the beer cans and everything else. Getting ready.
The chat is packed already this morning. Okay, it's flying in there. Some great people in there. Good morning, everybody.
That's what we get. I know everybody likes to come in.
I got a copy. I got a copy of these things, so it's easy for me not to type all these people's names. I like the way Marty Ken.
Oh yeah, I highlight somebody's name and then just keep on punching. Yeah,
I'm gonna copy that so I don't have to type everybody's name. So
I like typing everybody's name in. I can.
Oh,
I
you
can
copy
type
what somebody
left-handed.
said. Oh, I got you. That's
note all the names because every time you got to type it, everybody says hello to you. So they got to. This way, you copy everybody. You got everybody covered.
What do you mean copy everybody? I don't get it. I don't.
You hit just highlight the name.
Highlight all the names, and then you can put it on a notepad, and then load it back up. Except don't put your own name in it. Everybody knows that you don't copy it.
Yeah, if you say hi. Yeah, if you say hi to yourself. Yeah.
You know, and they know that you copy.
Sean.
I don't know. I type left-handed from the side when I'm over here. That's why you see me turning sometimes because of the second. I got the second left.
I ain't typing a whole bunch of names in there. That's it. I ain't gonna. I got arthritis in the fingers. I can need my fingers for my bike.
Yeah. I got arthritis, but
and grabbing on the people.
Yeah, that's the next. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait to help ICE. We're all ready.
How about these idiots these Democrats want to dox them, right? Want to make them show their face.
Let me tell you something. If you're a Democrat, you got to be a effing asshole. I mean, it's just unbelievable. They hate. They have proved that they hated America, and also they hated the other thing. I mean,
even the senator from the Democrat senator from Pennsylvania is agreeing with us. Yeah, I even have a clip of that. I could put it up later.
Yeah, no, that's the best thing.
I saw
later. But the whole thing is, what do you call it? The best thing is, see what happens. You get a brain engineer. You were a Democrat, and you become
normal.
Right? Yeah, normal.
I
think what they should do is get all the Democrats in the House, put them in a room, hit them in the effing head with a hammer, and then straighten them all out, and they'll agree with us. So.
Or just take a mule and let a mule double kick them in the head.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a disclaimer on that. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
George, as one of our friends says, we do not advocate violence.
I know. I heard that, but.
I do not advocate. Sometimes we advocate violence, but it's only usually when Mark is here because he feels so bad.
You get away with Rumble. Rumble, you get away with.
Oh,
good.
I just wanted to say, Mark is he feels bad because he says he gets gonged. But Mark, wait till tomorrow. There's something that we're going to show you tomorrow so it's not always you getting gonged.
Are you talking about our special guest?
No. Remember what we were looking at last week, and you guys said, "Oh, look."
Yeah.
That. So, Mark, you got to pay attention tomorrow on the losing your shit reel.
Yep.
So you have to pay attention. Yeah. So I probably should do the prayer since we've been sitting here rambling.
Yeah, that would start us off in the correct way, right?
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? This one's fit for today too. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved. That's John 10:9. So are you tired of reaching for the stars? Then use your hands to knock instead. So I say to you, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you. And that's Luke 11:9. So, we're always searching for justice and all this kind of stuff, and everybody's really upset with what happened with the Epstein files and everything. So, you know, I guess pray, and maybe we'll get the result we want.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, what about what's her name? What's the girl?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She mysteriously died in the hospital.
Yeah. Remember, she came out with a video shortly before that too, and said she wasn't suicidal and everything, and that was right after she had got.
Yeah.
Well, they said she got. She didn't say it, but it looked like she got the crap knocked out of her. But she was, you know.
Yeah, but the whole thing is exactly what Tony said the other day about it's the CIA, MI6, and the Mossad. They're all they don't care what they use, the children, everything else. I mean, they're just vicious. They don't care what they use to trap these politics, so they have something over their head. And this has been done for years.
Power. It's all for power.
They did the same thing with Kennedy, with Marilyn Monroe. All the pictures.
Oh yeah.
Isn't Jeffrey the one who was allegedly involved with, or allegedly with the Prince Andrew?
Yeah, she had pictures of it.
Yeah.
Andrew was a dirty bird.
I guess he kind of got off the hook there.
Well, it could have been MI6 that knocked him out in the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, they're allowed to come in here and do what they have to do. They work very close together with, you know, our government and all other stuff. You know that.
Well, you heard there's a clip I have, and you can pull it up later, of Matt Gaetz even talking about the Epstein hit. But the Epstein hit, he says that was a state-sponsored hit, meaning it wasn't like it was another government.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He said it. He was talking with Benny. What's his name? Benny
Johnson.
Yeah, Benny Johnson. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There was some really, really bad stuff.
I'm going to get him on our show, Matt. If he doesn't,
Who, Benny Johnson?
No, Matt. I want to get Matt on the show.
George.
Yeah.
You better get him on there. He's a good guy.
He's taking me off. No, because I asked him and he said, yeah, and they did it. They're going to do it. Then he put me in touch with this other guy. What was his name?
Vish.
Yeah, Fish.
Vish.
I'm going to tell him Fish ain't keeping up. He could go be swimming with the fishes, you know, in the deep sea. If I don't get an answer.
Vicious fishes.
Well, I'm going to call Matt's wife.
Ginger. Yeah, Ginger. You'll get Ginger, huh?
Yeah, Ginger's good people.
Bring Ginger on. That's all.
Then Matt will want to come on if Ginger comes on.
Yeah, get Matt. Get his leading.
Well, I'll text him. I'm gonna say, if I don't get you, I'm getting your wife.
That's all.
She's got a beautiful voice too. She's very talented. So my son gave me no phone.
Oh, so everybody here in the chat, they're all up in arms about the Epstein thing. I kind of am too, but you know, I'm just kind of waiting on stuff to happen.
Everybody has to wait. We'll discuss that tomorrow. We'll have a big later on.
Well, I don't think that's a story that's going to go away. I really don't. A friend of mine saw it's going to go away. I don't think so. I think there's too many people. Like, what's the old saying? Inquiring minds want to know.
You know, she turned around and said about, is the guest here yet?
No.
No? Let me text her.
No. So anyway, but there's a couple of scenarios that could be done about this. You know, first thing she said, we have the videotapes and they're all sexual tapes and everything else like that. But they have the technology. I mean, look, they did the technology with the insurrection. They got everybody facing all sexual tapes and everything else.
What the hell's going on there?
Is that your phone?
Hold on.
I don't know.
George, a live call.
Hello.
Show. Here we go. We got George. Put on speakerphone so we can all get involved in the conversation.
Yeah. The exterminator, like I like to exterminate him.
I texted our guest. I don't know if she saw. She texted me 7:15 this morning, and she got that she saw your email.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
There's two scenarios about this whole thing with the Epstein list. Either they could be holding it back to blackmail the deep state, which they can get everything at once.
That's what I think.
The other thing is, I sent text you a message yesterday. I'll read it tomorrow because it's too long. But the whole thing is that he's trying to. There's a big plan happening about the financing, and he's going to get rid of Powell because Powell's part of the deep state.
And Powell's expected to be stepping down, I think, right?
No, he's going to get fired. He's got that other guy.
I think he's going to resign to save face, so to say. Correct?
Yeah. So, but the whole thing is that the interest rate's got to get dropped. I mean, all the other countries got 1%, 0.5%, 1.5%, and we're at 4.5. So Trump was, and that'll lower the interest rates on the credit cards, and that'll lower interest rates for people to buy homes and stuff like that. There's so many scenarios, and you can see the way President Trump answered. And you notice what's funny now, they don't talk about anything else than fake news media, but they brought up the Epstein list.
I am so sick of hearing about the Epstein list.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, right? I saw something today, like you don't see like these major Democrats chanting about Epstein.
No, because they're in it.
That's what I'm saying. You don't see like Hakeem Jeffries saying, "Where is this list?" You don't see all them, saying stuff now. So what's going on with that? But I did see something. I saw Bill O'Reilly talking about this, and I kind of agree with this too. Maybe part of the reason why some of it's not getting released is like some of these names are. I mean, he had his tentacles with a lot of people, even people that weren't involved in the creepy shit he was doing, right? Mm-hmm. So if your name gets attached to Epstein, you're kind of just guilty by association, right? I mean, like when they said Trump knew Epstein, right? And when they said Trump knew, they were like, Trump was guilty of association. So you may get some people that if their names get released by something that had nothing to do with anything, where their lives are ruined. But and then you have people, like the original Big Beautiful Bill, which was the Big Beautiful Bill dress, right? The painting, the blue dress, the Big Beautiful Bill.
I got something like that for tomorrow.
Yeah, so I mean, you had him go to the island many times, and then you heard Bongino on his podcast years ago saying that he had a friend that was in the Secret Service that said he was on flights with Bill, and at best case scenario, Bill was highly inappropriate. And at worst case scenario was criminal what he was doing.
Oh, I seen the pictures of Bill with Virginia, and I've seen other pictures of him on the plane. That was the kind of stuff that was floating around on 4chan and 8chan when all that's a while. Years ago now. But I remember seeing all of that. So there is, there's proof of Bill, at least in like they said, Trump was on the list, but all he did was take a ride one time, Okay, Lena's here, so I'm going to bring her on.
Awesome. Great.
Okay. So Lena is going to join us, and she's the iconic, legendary painter who put some really cool stuff up, and they actually featured her in the White House. So
awesome.
Good morning.
Hi, do you see me well, hear me well?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. I have to just change. I didn't change. I wanted to set the lights and paintings behind me. Unfortunately, I sold, or fortunately, Trump portrait and Melania. So now I have Trump gun and another great Republican president.
Look at that.
Who was exactly in the same situation like this one, right?
Yeah. Here's the one that the real famous one that you had.
Yes.
And you got Melania and Donald. I think that's really cool.
I have Kash Patel, Steve Bannon, General Flynn, Tom Homan, Peter Navarro, and when Cash saw his portrait, he started to cry. He got emotional. I can't believe that our director of FBI is so sensitive.
He cried, huh?
Yeah, he got tears.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Obviously we've been connected on social media for a little while, but I love seeing some of your posts, especially the paintings. And when I seen that picture of President Trump go up into the White House, I was like, wow, that is really cool. How did that happen?
I met Trump at his own birthday 3 years ago in Bedminster Club. I had my small art show over there. I painted the world's largest collection dedicated to Trump. It's about like 50 paintings, I guess, over there. And I had small portion of those paintings in Bedminster for a flag party. And Trump appeared. When he saw my art, he just ran toward two paintings and said, "Who did this?" I said, "Guilty." And he took me from the crowd. He spent with me a good like 15 or 20 minutes talking about my art, about my past, about everything. And then he picked 3 paintings which he likes the most. And this one with the flag on the face, I just said, it's going to be my art gift, your birthday gift, because I cannot charge the best president of the best country for art if he fell in love. And he really, like a kid with a new toy, with this art piece, he hung it in his office 45 in Bedminster for a few years. 6 months later, after he got this gift from me, he started to use it across his social media as a profile picture. I saw it on Instagram, True Social, and X. After election, he switched to his official Patriot on X, but I guess Instagram and True Social still have it as a profile picture. And like about months ago or 1.5 months ago, I was shocked when I saw this portrait appeared near Hillary Clinton in a White House.
Oh wow!
So
Wow.
he really in love with this art piece because he owns tons of different art, probably more like higher quality, more like oil and more details. But in love, he's only with this art piece, which makes me the happiest artist on this planet.
Yeah. I would say that's awesome. That's awesome. That's a beautiful picture.
Thank you.
I think it's really cool.
Yep.
What style? What would you call that? Because it's not really modern.
Some people call it fine art, pop art. I didn't study art. I was born with certain skills, so I just paint as I have it in my head. And I paint in different styles, obviously. I have paintings which I do on a whiskey barrel tops, on a deer skin, on tobacco leaves, on a copper sheets. And basically, like 90% of my art is dedicated to America, to American men, especially because all this crap with toxic masculinity, I just wanted to challenge it. And I started to paint especially art for men. I have huge collection which calls Smoking Beasts for men who love whiskey, cigars, and hunting. And it had success because there's plenty of art like abstract, something interior art, a lot of art more for women, like to hang somewhere in living room, in dining room, but for men, for their man cave, to touch their personality, to type into their like inner beasts of any man, there's not enough art. And they started to paint something dedicated to our beautiful, handsome, strong, and brave American guys.
I love that. That is so cool. I know. So nothing really definitive. You can't define it. It's just whatever you feel and what you want to grasp at is how you go about it then. So whatever inspires you as far as like for toxic masculinity or anything like that. I think that's really neat.
Yeah, because it's social engineering. Unfortunately, it's not just by mistake. It's not just some crazy sorry, my French, libtards decided that masculinity is toxic. It's implanted, it's a well-built plan to eliminate any resistance. And how you can eliminate it? Just make men not men. Make them more like women. Raise their estrogen level, lower their testosterone level, and make them, difference between normal wild cat who live outside somewhere like homeless cat and cat who is frustrated and sitting home.
Yeah.
Another one doesn't have nuts and that's it. And this cat wants to sleep and do nothing.
You see them advertising cleaning products, man. The ones that holding them up and the cleaning stuff. I saw those paintings. They're in America's warehouse out in Long Island.
Joe has tons of my art pieces.
Yep. I saw it.
Yep. I remember seeing it.
Yeah. With Joe the
He's
Box.
one of the biggest collectors. Joe the Box, Donald Trump, and few more people who own like 4, 5, 6 plus paintings.
Wow. Yeah, beautiful paintings.
Yeah,
especially ones that you have on your site. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I just show my love toward America, and when I saw this that it is challenging and liberals cannot stand it, I started to ask questions why, and it just forced me go more like rough after them and just it's not about bother them, but I just want to explode their cowardness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Correct word, I guess. So, because it's insane. They can hit your back, and they are loyal only if you follow their agenda. As soon as you disagree, you are titled to be killed.
Well,
Look at
you appreciate America.
JFK, look at this guy. Look at this guy. What they did to them.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
That's because you appreciate America. They don't. That's what happened.
Unfortunately, a lot of legal immigrants who came from post-communistic area or communistic countries like Cuba, Vietnam, Venezuela, all Eastern Europe, which was under control of Soviet Union, all post-Soviet Union republics, all of us were screaming since 2020, America, you have to wake up. Look, where are you? You are just running down from the cliff. And all Democrats, it's not Democrats which you knew during like JFK presidency. Now it's totally Marxists paid by London bankers.
Yeah.
And it leads you toward to poorness and misery. Churchill said that socialism is a philosophy of failure and shared misery, and he was right, because all this stuff was established by Western Europe, by Great Britain, to control mass. They don't need you to run your small business, to have your small farm, small store. They don't need it, because in this case you're independent, you're like thinking your mind, and you're like dangerous. Everyone's supposed to live a bit higher than poverty line, just to in survival mode. You have to visit just with daily survival tasks. How to feed your family, how to pay your bills. In this case, you won't be able to think of what's going on around, because you are into this like an ant. You're running every day. This is what they did to Russian Empire. They want everyone to be as low as possible. And if you dig in Russian history, you'll see that Stalin got poisoned by Marxists. He got killed by Marxists. He wasn't holy, he was a tyrant, and he killed a lot of people. But thing is, he did not want to follow Lenin agenda to go to worldwide Marxism. He wanted separate Soviet Union and build it like a separate country. But Marx, if you read him, and you'll see the main slogan is proletarios of all countries united. Proletary, it's ancient Greek term, which means the poorest group of your folk in your country. The poorest and basically not the sharpest tools in the box. Yeah. So Marx wanted to use those people to flip the government. And when you load enough those not in high IQ level people with your crap, like CNN is doing right now, you can use them as a huge power, because they come like from Bible when you have over there, before end of the world, when you'll see like river became red, like bloody color, and some bugs fly and eat everything around. So they use this power of poverty to flip wealthy people, thinking people, to erase them, to eliminate them. They seed hatred, because in Russia, in Soviet Union, it was loot the looters, loot the looted. So it was a slogan of Lenin. If somebody has more than you, and they see this plant, if you are rich, it means you stole this money from poor people, and you see it here. So Lenin said, loot the looted, and poor people ran and started to steal, because see, look what our big towns like San Francisco, New York, LA have all those crowds running into store and started to steal Chanel, Adidas, and Nike and other stuff, kind of feed themselves. It's totally copy-paste Soviet playbook on slow motion, everything what you see here. And it is Marxism. It has nothing to do with democracy as its definition, because people do not understand word democracy, first of all. And second, they have no clue. When I hear like your liberals here repeating, oh, democracy, we have to save democracy, I want to ask, guys, did you read your own constitution? Show me an article where it has word democracy. It is constitutional republic. It's different. Now you can use any chat GPT, and if you're dumb enough to not understand and to not to learn about your country, use chat GPT and ask what is the difference between democracy and constitutional republic, and it gives you whole list of differences. And we live in constitutional republic.
Yeah,
democracy.
Those people who want to save democracy, when I'm canvassing, I knock door for Republicans in New Jersey, Tennessee, Texas, all over the country to help them to get elected. And when I bumped into Kamala lovers, or now I don't know who they love, AOC and other tampon guy and other stuff, I asked them, how many articles in your constitution? They cannot answer. How many amendments in your constitution? They cannot answer. I say, if you tell me article where is word democracy, which says that America is democracy, I'm going to give you right now $100.
No, it's not in there at all. Democracy is when the government controls the people. Democracy is when the government controls the people. We are
absolutely, especially in socialistic way, in Marxistic way, when government controls not just people, government controls everything. All economical sectors, government control everything, your products, your goods, your private businesses, your bank accounts, everything.
The Democrats are very rich. They're very rich. Exactly. And we tell everybody, it's rich people telling poor people that rich people are making them poor. And rich people that they're all millionaires. But they convince the people out there and everything else because they can control them. With the money.
Then they point their finger on MAGA people, on people who love America, on people who love capitalism, and say they are evil. Go after them. This here we are, and it's disgusting. And you know what? When New York primaries for mayor happened, I felt like my nightmare is coming true. Socialists in Big Apple, seriously. And sometimes I just, okay, probably it's natural selection. Let's take a look, not from my life, because my life is so short. Let's take a look from a big perspective of like our civilization evolution. Maybe those people in this nation must learn in hard way what the hell is that socialism and communism. Let it be. Same with all this trans and gay stuff. Because we got so powerful now in medicine, we can make any child survive, any person survive, any chronic disease, we can survive through it. So nature lost its ability to run natural selection that only strongest people supposed to survive. So nature found another way, I want
to go back to
if you're not sure about your gender, you're done. You cannot replicate. You should not replicate and pass your genetic material.
Yep.
When you were talking about like in Russia and everything, about keeping everybody poor and stuff like that in the low IQ and everything, and that has a lot to do with genetics too, because the poorer you are, the less good food you eat and everything, and it does dumb you down. It will take your IQ down. And I think a lot of that, what you're talking about is absolutely true. My cousin was in Russia or Germany when the Berlin Wall fell. And he was saying how crazy that was when they took that down, and that the people, that was one of the first things they did was go to the stores and loot the stores for the food, because they weren't able to get any of that. And he said that was a real hard time, but it was crazy, but that everybody was just so dang happy about it, and I can't imagine, like my family.
We were living like animals in lab, not in zoo even. In zoo, animals were fed better than Soviet people. We lived, our stores were totally empty, and you had to stay in a lane. You know that probably a truck with some meat is arriving, so you are staying in front of this store probably 4 or 5 hours. If it is about your winter shoes, you can stay 3-4 days in a lane. People wrote numbers. I'm in the lane number 1023. And they asked their relatives to come switch them because we need to sleep or go to toilet sometimes, but you're staying in this lane and you're waiting. And if you receive shoes, if you wear size 6, but you were able to get size 10, you will take them. Because
be happy.
Or you take them or you have nothing. And over meat, we were fighting like wild dogs. And it was, each our store was so stinky. Like we spoiled fish, spoiled meat, and they threw into us the spoiled bones, even without meat, and we were fighting like a crowd of wild dogs, ripping, tearing apart each other just to grab something. It's disgusting that we didn't have toilet paper for decades. Is the smallest issue in our life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, it sounds like a funny story. Who was the most reading nation in the world? It's Soviet people, because we wiped our, butts with yesterday's newspapers.
Pravda.
We didn't have any other paper. We ripped it on the parts.
And my father gave me that when I was in Italy.
Yeah, and you have nothing to do in toilet, you just read it, Seriously. And I was born in this environment, and for me, until this Iron Curtain fell and the USSR crashed, for me it was something normal to not to have toilet paper. If you're able to buy it, you put it on yourself like a bullet, and you go through whole town, in public transportation, and you can see on this man or woman face, they're so proud that they got toilet paper for their family. Can you imagine? You are proud not to buy house, because you cannot buy anything. Everything belongs to government. Forget about private businesses. Forget about private houses. If you have here, I'm explaining here, Democrats, you understand or not? You have your beautiful house here, 4-bedroom house. How many kids you have? 2. So government comes, place you and your wife in 1 bedroom, place your 2 kids in another bedroom. You have 2 extra bedrooms, and they force you to accept 2 more families in your house or your apartment. And it's not something to discuss. Or they shoot you, or you will go to concentration camp, or you will shut up and accept it. And this is how we were living. Like 5-6 families in 1 apartment. Each family had, their own bedroom.
Elena, where was this at?
It was Soviet Union by 1991.
Mm.
Since it started to form in 1917, then I understand that after Second World War, country was poor, not enough men, a lot of people got killed, a lot of men, especially it was deficit of men. It was 10 women for 1 man in the country. Okay, Russia is so huge. It's so huge. It has so much stone, wood, whatever. And they kept people in small little apartments, in little, small, like in boxes, to keep your under suppression,
Yeah, keep you in survival mode.
Not to let you, even when you go to village, if you have rural house, you have no right to build 2 stories house, because are you bourgeois? Are you capitalist? No, 1 floor only. If government gave us land, because they couldn't feed us, they decided to give us piece of land. They calculated what piece of land it's supposed to be to feed family of 4. To not to let you have extra tomato or extra pound of cherry or something, or carrot, to plant this thin thought in your head that you can go and sell your carrots.
Yeah.
If you try to sell something, you have to understand, if you try to sell something, you have extra pair of jeans or fragrance or carrot or pen or pillow. If you dare sell something, you will be killed by government.
Yes.
It is prohibited. This how free and freedom and equality in communistic country works. And I wish, American USA ID, they cut a lot of expenses. I want them to add 1 paragraph for expenses. Everyone who study here, Marxism, Leninism, socialism, all those weird people, they have to go after graduation to practice socialism and communism to North Korea. Arrange them, please, 1-way ticket, and let them come back to themselves. Don't pay them anything. Like if you want to make a plastic surgeries, after you finish college, you go and practice for 10 years. And only after that you can run on yourself. So people who study socialism here, all colleges must to be obligated to send those morons who believe that socialism is something cool, buy them 1-way ticket, their choice, Cuba, North Korea, Vietnam, send them there, or China maybe, send them there without credit cards, without any money monthly paid, let them survive there, and then they have to come back to United States, find the way how to come back, to not to be shot by North Korean CBP officers, and then tell me
Yes,
how communism is good. They do not practice it. They study something in their colleges. They was born in this silver spoon in their fucking American asses. They
Mhm.
had everything, houses, they had college paid by parents, they have freedom, they have iPhones, they can travel all over the world, they have American passport, and now they tell me that it's so bad here. In this case, why whole world is running here? Tell me, if it is so bad. Name me one person who you know who immigrated from United States of America to Cuba or to North Korea. Do you know?
They all the time, right?
Please. Post
You're
a
right.
list of people who are dying, who want to live somewhere in communistic country.
No,
I don't know,
runs to Iran.
zero.
Nobody runs to
So if it
Iran.
is
Everybody comes here.
exactly why, if it is
Everybody-
here, why?
The
And
people
all
don't
those
understand.
undocumented came here. They had a reason. They have to survive. I bumped into Kamala door knocker and asked, you know what? Where is your car? She said, here is it. I said, you know what? I'm in bad financial position and I'm an immigrant. Legal. I know it's not cool for you, but sorry, I'm legal immigrant. Can I steal your car, please? Why? I said, because I have my circumstances. You know, I'm not really rich. I need your car. I'm going to go sell it and get some money to pay my rent. And don't even think to file police report because it's same fucking crime. When you cross the border illegally, it's crime. If CBP officer didn't let you go and didn't say you are okay to cross this border, it is crime. If I go and steal your car, if I perform carjacking, it is a crime. So where is the difference? Why you cover one crime and then another crime is supposed to be punished? This crime should not be punished. Explain me what is the difference. And you spit into my face, letting illegals here.
So I got a
came
question from
15 years ago. Well, it's really hard, annoying process to file all those documents, to go to wait year by year, 5 years, 3 years, 7 years. You're waiting, but I obey it. It's a law. I came here as a guest. I have to follow your rules.
We had a question from the chat. One of the folks in the chat, Red Ginger, she says, I guess obviously you're from the Soviet Union, you said, right? But what country did that become where you were from?
I was born in Moldova, but it was like United States has 15 states inside. USSR had 15 republics inside, and the Moldova was part of Soviet Union, basically, right? So after Second World War, it became part of Soviet Union. So I was born in Moldova, but when I was 7 years old, my mom took me to Moscow, and I spent almost all my life, Russian life, in the heart of Soviet Union and then Russia.
Okay. So how long you been here now in the United States?
For 13 years.
Okay. What do you have? What do you have, George? You got a question there?
Yeah, no. I was talking about what she was. There was a, there's other European states that base themselves on socialism. Like my niece went to school to become a doctor, and they told her what she had to pick. She wanted to be a gynecologist, and they told her what hospital she had to serve in, not by her area, but they picked the type of hospital that you had to go to. I mean, there's stuff a lot of Italy that had free stuff, but the whole thing is they had the control over you to tell you where you had to go. You couldn't pick a hospital that you wanted to go to and do your internship. They told you exactly where to go. So there's still socialism base in these other foreign countries that a lot of people don't know about. Like when I was in Italy as a kid, about when she talked about toilet paper, my father gives me the newspaper. I said, Dad, I need toilet paper. I don't want to read the paper. He said, no, that's what you got to use. We had to use the newspaper after we went to the bathroom. That's and what she's talking about, toilet paper, was a commodity. It's like,
I hope you use the liberal section of that paper.
Yeah, editorial.
We had only a Soviet propaganda newspaper. There is no other choice. If you try to post something else, you will be shot. That's it. Or you follow government narrative. There is nothing in between.
Yeah, my family was from the Baltic region up there. But my great grandma brought my grandpa and my aunts and uncles, and that's when they came across was during the Russian Revolution, and like in 1909, 1910 and stuff. But she was pretty cool because you'd go over there and she would start talking either in Polish or Russian because it was so close on the border. She knew both. So she would start in English and then always revert into that. So it's kind of nice hearing your accent. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah, I know. So some people feel like it's something scary accent, but again, it works for me well because, as I mentioned, for 3 years already, I canvass all over the country. I knock doors and I talk around like probably 100 people every day. I do my best. I walk like 20 miles a day. Doesn't matter if it's raining or it's like heat wave. I keep talking to people because for them, it's important to hear, not my accent, for them important to hear my point of view. And especially for swinging people who didn't decide where to go, I try to explain them from my perspective what I see here, that everything what your Democrats are saying here, it's absolutely copy-paste of script which we had in Soviet Union. You just switched past, probably switched few words to make it more understandable and fit more American mentality, but it's the same exactly things, and it's scary. And as I told you, like compare communists and Marxists, it's not really works because in Soviet Union, Stalin cut this lane and he just paid his life, high price. But Marxistic idea, it's not just flip one country or one region. They want to unite all poor people, all not the smartest people. They want only people with low IQ. It means those people have they don't have self-control. They were more linked to their emotions, and this emotionally controlled crowd. It's very easy to. You can see this BLM protests. You can see now protests. People just. I spoke to people. I'm going to protest every Friday. I ask what for. Doesn't matter. I don't even wonder why. I just go.
Yeah.
Just go. It's like go every Friday to the nearest pub and drink Irish beer. I cannot get this, but you just go for your social to protest, to absorb these emotions, to fall more in this stuff. Yeah, it's easy controlled crowd. And Marxistic idea, which comes from Great Britain, it's to ruin whole world and unite whole world under this dumb agenda. And look what they did to Europe. They started to let those refugees from Syria and Middle East to come there, and now they flipped everything. Great Britain.
No-go zone.
What happened was when they did the European Union, that was the control of everything, because the 31 countries that joined European Union had to buy by their rules. And you had to buy certain things, and you had to take so many. They made the word migrants. They had to take the Muslims in, and they tried to change every community in England has a Muslim mayor. Everyone, not one has everyone. And the torture and the rapes that they do, they don't publicize that because they don't want that stuff to come out. But there's a lot of stuff out there that people don't realize. I tell everybody when I speak at places, this is the last stand. There's no freedom anyplace else, and people don't understand that. I got Cuban riders that come, we do motorcycles and stuff. I got Cuban people that are in my, and you got to see how they fight for America because of the simple reason where they came from. And people don't understand that. And the problem is we lost our education. The colleges controlled and brainwashed these kids how much they hate America.
It's Marxistic agenda, because in Soviet Union happened the same. Kids started to get their communistic vaccines when were in preschool. I remember our reading books when we were just learning letters. When you open first page, which you see, it's picture of Lenin, and we were taught that Lenin is our grandfather, and we were taught that first goes homeland, Lenin, and your family somewhere in the third place.
So Lenin was hiring your own family.
Yeah, when we were 7-8 years old, we started to get our way to communistic party. We received small pins with baby Lenin face, and then 7 years old, just think of it, we sworn that we will give up our life for communistic party. 7 years old. And it was normal for us. Nobody discussed, because for me it was normal. I was crying when USSR crashed, because for me it was tragedy. I was poisoned by anti-American propaganda. And every night when I couldn't fall asleep as a kid, I was trying to listen to Sky if Reagan already dumped bomb on my house or not yet. Because 24/7, like CNN is doing here, oh, MAGA people are evil and Orange Man is evil. We heard same about Americans. We were taught that all of you guys have nothing else to do 24/7. You just sit and think how to kill Soviet people. And each American just, you don't work, you don't raise your kids, you don't wash your dish, you don't go laundry or take a shower. Everywhere where you go, you just think how to kill us. This is how we were born and raised.
The chat's loving you, but we're getting ready to kind of wrap up. I just want to say, first of all, you're a great guest, and your story is fantastic. Not too long ago, you were canvassing and you went into one of my friend's neighborhoods, Joe. I don't know if you remember meeting Joe. I think he was in a swimming pool out back or something and came and talked to you.
Oh yeah. I remember.
So he was mentioning that you wanted to try to meet up with Scott Pressler or something. He texted
Yes,
me.
I would love to.
So I know Scott. So I want to say this. I would love to introduce you to Scott. I could do that via phone call, but maybe you could do a painting for Scott, kind of similar like you did for Trump. And,
she needs a lot of paint. She needs a lot of paint for his hair.
Yeah, he needs a lot of hair paint.
Oh my God.
But Scott's a great guy. He's a great patriot. And with you doing the canvassing stuff, maybe you could kind of do something along with his organization as well.
I would love to, because it's important when people are like role models for Americans, for patriots, showing their love to America.
Yeah,
well, look at our logo. We did the same thing. We have the flag and everything behind us.
Yeah.
I love it.
Maybe we gotta get Lena to do a logo for us.
Your Wake Up Patriots. Yeah, I know. We got the flag in it for Wake Up.
One important thing which I want to add before we are over, I believe that doesn't matter what problems now between Russia and United States. There's a lot of tension and created by Great Britain as well. A lot of those problems in China. But one day, believe me, probably 5, probably 10 years after today, you will see like those two countries, the biggest Christian countries, will come together to clean up Europe from all mess which this Schwab World Economical Forum, European Union created over there. Because behind this Islamic agenda, there is bigger evil, which use Islamic just as a tool. And Russia and United States, probably within 10 years, we will come along and we will come together on European soil to clean up this trash and save this world.
Exactly. I believe that 100% because of the Christianity that they have over there.
That's one thing you got to say about Putin. He's killing everything else. He does protect the church.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
And the kids. He protects the children.
Plus, he rides an Indian motorcycle too. I don't want to say.
Correct.
I had to add that in there, didn't you, George? Yeah, but thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll get you back on again.
I really love your thought process. I'm not kidding. And
thank you. First of all, I didn't realize that we are live. So this one I use some weird words. I apologize.
You know, we're live. We got a live.
I thought we are just testing camera. Sorry.
Yeah, they're loving you, the live chat. They're loving you. I even said you're fired up to be an American.
I apologize if I hurt somebody's feelings.
You don't have no liberals in there, Lena, so you didn't hurt anybody's feelings.
But my English is, I just put it straight. It's not so big vocabulary. So this is why I use words which I think they describe situation in the best way. Yeah. And when I met Caroline Leavitt first time in my life in New Hampshire, I didn't know that she's going to be in the White House. She said, you want to say a few words from your perspective? I said, yes. I took a microphone and said, look, your democracy, what is that? Everybody refer to democracy. Democracy is power of the people, by the people, for the people. But I'm sorry, people who run toward to this agenda, they're retards. So now you have democracy. It's power of retarded, by retarded, for retarded. This is the truth. Probably somebody will take it offensive, but you know what? I prefer truth, not save somebody's feelings.
Yeah, you're right on, though. You're right on. I think
it's been great having you on. We have to have you on again.
Thank you.
We have to have you on again. as well.
Thank you. And I'm looking forward to meet Scott Pressler.
Yeah, I'm gonna try hook that up for you.
If
Absolutely.
he doesn't listen
Thank
to you,
you.
mention my name. He's terrified of me.
He's a tough guy to pin down. He's so busy. I texted him, and it's funny. He'll text me back, and then all of a sudden I text him back something, and it goes dark for a while. Then all of a sudden, he texts me back a few days later because it's not that he doesn't want to. He gets.
I know. I appreciate and I so think what he's doing for Pennsylvania and New Jersey. He's really a hardworking guy, and this is why I would love to.
Well, he's going to be in New Jersey a lot now coming up, so
yeah.
that's why I'm trying to hopefully get him.
I would love to come to one of his events or when he has some meetings with people. I'm gonna just pass by. I would love to.
We gave him a motorcycle vest too.
The end of the month, I'll have to have you come down to Hamilton Township. We have a thing going on. I'll reach out to you about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just let me know.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And everybody loved you in the chat.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.
There we go. She's great, isn't
I'll tell you what, she's fired up to be an American. That's awesome. That's what it's about. People in this country don't realize that are these protesters. They don't have the love like that.
Yeah. Do you guys mind if I dip right in here and go ahead and get to the trivia question here before we run out of time?
Oh shit! I think she was only going to be on a half hour. What is this?
Well, you're not going to cut great like that. She's fantastic.
No, she was very good. Everybody raved about her in the chat.
I like listening to her because it reminded me of my grandma. I could understand every single thing she said.
Yeah, I could tell.
I didn't hear it. Oh,
my grandmother was Polish. She's Russian. I
know. So I have Russian and Polish, so I have both.
And I get it. Yeah. Whatever.
That's where my great grandma and grandpa came from. So, anyways, then they talk like that. So, what city hosted first GOP convention? So, what was the first city to host a GOP convention?
First city to host a GOP convention. Let's see who comes up here. Mark said Hanoi. No, I'm only kidding.
That would be better.
I'm only kidding. Mark didn't answer yet. I just threw that in there because Mark was too serious last week. Merriman said Milwaukee.
Doc says Philadelphia.
Well, hang on, you're skipping people. ML Heath said Philadelphia.
Yeah, you would.
Doc Kirschlag says Philadelphia. Denise said Philly. Loves Christ said Iowa, but Iowa's a state, Loves. That's not a city. Jilly said Milwaukee. Florida for Trump said Miami. That's my town. I'll go for that.
Yeah.
Low Country's SC Patriot said Savannah, Georgia.
That's an odd one.
Yeah. Lady Bird said New Hampshire. Again, that's a state. Lou Peck, NYC. Here we go. America Mark, not to disappoint. Warsaw. That's even better than what I said, Mark. That was good. Insider said Tampa Bay. USN Air said Chicago. Definitely not Karen said Boston. Aunt Jana, Washington, D.C. I'm
running out of lines here.
All right, so we're going to cut it off?
Yeah.
All right.
We got the answer.
Because
there's 2 states that have the statue of Leonard in them.
Leonard?
You know, the Russian guy that was in charge of everything? Leonard, Leonard, yeah.
Yeah, Leonard. I was like, well, who the hell's Leonard?
Leonard.
I was getting confused with Poland. No.
All right, so 2 states have Lenin in them?
Yeah, statues of Lenin right in there. Big,
you know what they do with Lenin? He's still on display in Russia. They have him in a glass casket, and they take him out every couple of years and re-embalm him and everything, but they keep him just like a martyr over there in a glass casket.
How do you spell his name?
Kind of like Disney.
Lenin.
Right? Disney World. Don't they have Walt Disney in a cryogenic type of freeze?
I thought it was just his head, wasn't it?
Yeah, his brain. His head.
I don't know. One citizen said Leonard is his uncle. Or her uncle. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so we got the trivia for tomorrow, and then what we got going tomorrow. Oh, let's see. We got tomorrow. We got Mark's going to be out in California, and he's supposed to be at Frank's store, and it's George's birthday tomorrow. And we got losing your shit and Trump truce, and we got some Adam Schiff imitations, don't we, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're good with your imitations, aren't you?
He's always around. He's always around.
So
George, your birthday tomorrow. Let's chat about that for a quick second. Are we having a cake for you or anything tomorrow?
Oh, I got something for tomorrow.
Yeah, of course.
Trix, you maybe you could have took the foresight and sent out some cookies, some birthday cookies to us all.
I'm gonna spend my time in the bathroom tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you do. Oh, poor George.
Yeah, I ate sushi and I got a parasite I had in myself.
Yeah.
First I thought it was a Democrat, but it wasn't.
RD Bull put in the chat, Leonard the Russian leader with laughing emojis.
Yeah,
in Seattle, Washington, they have a statue of him. And
is that where it is? Seattle?
Yeah, there's another state too.
I figure Seattle. They're so freaking.
Well, they got.
My cousin lives there. She hates
what
it.
Time is it? I can say it. They're all fucked up in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, it's 9:59. You got a couple minutes to just keep swearing. How many dollar bills you got over there, George?
I got a few. Hold on. I got the big one. I got the.
You got the 1,000.
Yep, I got the 1,000.
We should have really put them in a jar and seen and added them up after.
I'll get a jar, put it in front of myself. So every time I say, I'll see how much money I collect. I'll pay the mortgage in about 3 days. Especially when I go live.
Yeah, that could pay off the national debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see a debt clock going the opposite way, going down.
Well, that's funny. I don't know. We're gonna have some fun tomorrow, though. I think we got some stuff going on.
I think I'm gonna be on the road tomorrow.
Anyway,
I won't be. Yeah,
I hate these.
You're gonna have passengers with you tomorrow, or are you gonna be?
I may. Yeah, I think I'll probably have somebody with me. Tomorrow.
Okay, good. I was hoping so.
Guy.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta be careful with that one. As long as you don't have any lot lizards coming up to the car tomorrow, then we'll be all right.
So it was funny. So yesterday up there, it's great. North Jersey's like a different country. I stopped up. I was watching the show. I was in a Wendy's. I was in a Wendy's, and it's 9:15. I'm eating a little breakfast sandwich, and this guy comes up to the car. He's got no shirt on. He's holding the freaking cup up to my car. I'm like, it's like a different world up there. It really is. Anyway, crazy. Yeah. It was a good thing I wasn't doing the show.
Any Democratic controlled city is fucked up.
That was a beautiful city of Newark.
There's no other word. Yeah, there's no other name, word, whatever. I mean, they even created Palestinian Way in north part of Jersey. What is that? Palisades.
Speaking of road, how about Southern Boulevard in West Palm Beach?
Yeah,
or Palm.
President Trump. Yeah, President Trump Way.
Yeah, President Donald Trump.
Yeah, President Donald Trump Boulevard.
Yeah, Boulevard. Yeah, Southern Boulevard. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? The man that's in there is a liberal tart, and she hates. She's trying to do everything.
Oh, she had to get TDS.
Oh yeah, she's getting.
So is that a state road or a county road?
Why don't they take all the Martin Luther King drives and switch them over to Donald Trump Way?
Oh, that would be really.
That'd really get them, wouldn't it?
Listen, we double park.
I think a lot of people. I think some people in those areas would probably like that because he's done a lot for certain communities. That
No, you can't drive off. It's unbelievable how much they blocked off. Anyway, we double parked one time. I was with the two Vietnamese in their car. So I took a walk away, and then I came back, and I find out that this guy comes in because we double parked on his block that was like 3 miles away from Mar-a-Lago, maybe 2 miles away from Mar-a-Lago. The guy, I wasn't in the car, so it would have been a different. He approached the thing with a gun because we parked on his block, and the Vietnamese, their car was all decked out with Trump all over the thing. So this guy was a liberal car. And he said, you can't park on it. This is our neighborhood. You can't park this and everything else like that. And that's how crazy they are over there.
Oh,
And it's in that neighborhood. Really bad. Really bad. But she's puking. If they change that road and everything else, which they will, they did one in Miami. Oh, you can't use that term anymore to all the Jewish people. Remember the greatest Jewish wine was, I want to go to Miami. It's all owned by Cubans now. So, Red Ginger, you got to think of another word.
The Cuban people are definitely proud to be in America.
Yeah.
That are
I got a
here.
Cuban cousin.
Yeah.
There's some-
Yeah, he came across in the 60s and married into our family, and his father was a radiologist over there in Cuba, and they had money and everything. So they split when all that crap happened, and he went to medical school here. He just passed away a couple of years ago, but yeah, he was from Cuba. Heck, and his last name was Bush. I don't like that.
Bush, that's
Hector
awesome.
Bush.
There's a really cool. Hey, George, did you ever go to Versailles in Miami? The restaurant Versailles.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So last time I was there, I was going over to where they have a whole. It's a restaurant. And they have a takeout section, and in the takeout section was a guy, or older guy, Cuban guy. He had on the MAGA hat, a Trump shirt, a Trump bracelet. Oh, it was fun, but they love Trump down there.
Yeah, well,
I
I
like
had
Cuban sandwiches.
the
Cubanos are
Cuban
great.
writers I had down there. They were all very patriotic.
Yeah.
Hey, who's this guy in the chat that's saying something about who's this PV?
Oh, he's from Schwartz's show, PVS Squish. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Everybody, and Mike Schwartz has got a show at 10 o'clock.
he's asking about
right now. You guys, and a lot of us from here jump over into the chat over there. And Mike's going to be on the 24th. He'll be here with us.
Maybe.
No, he told me last night. Yes.
So PBS is asking if we're Monday through Friday. So the show is Monday through Friday. We are on Thursday and Friday. Tony Schaefer and Chris Bordani are on Monday through Wednesday.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we get to wrap up the week, and that way on Friday
we're the wrap-up crew.
Yeah.
Wrap up everything, don't we? I like Fridays, so Fridays is fun. It's serious. We put serious stuff in, but we have fun too.
Yeah, we have fun.
You got to have a laugh before the weekend. That's what I think.
It's 1:05. How time flies.
Wow, what a quick hour it was today.
I know, but Lena, man, she talks fast.
Whew.
But she has to get a lot of information. That's how they all are. If you ever have a person that comes from a communist country, they come out with all that information for the simple reason is to make people understand how bad it is. And these fucking idiots out there still don't understand. There were signs up. There were signs in protest against Trump. No king. No. Yeah. And they're going to steal our Social Security, right? And all those signs, everything else. I said, did you get your paycheck? Social Security? Yes, we did. I said, what are you worried about? He said, well, they're going to cut it down. So now I'm waiting for the next protest to say, well, now there's no tax on Social Security. So now what?
Yeah.
Let's hear about this one. No tax on tips.
They're crazy. They're crazy people.
What did you say? No tax on tips? Yeah.
Yeah.
Something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about a biker bar.
Brooklyn.
I don't know. So should we go out with a gong for Thursday?
Yeah, go on. Yeah,
gong.
Yeah, I haven't got to gong anybody all week, so I want to hit the gong.
Gong this crew.
Why don't you use your head?
George, stop.
Oh, George, that's pretty violent.
I know you're being mean. You're going to end up getting this right across the head. All right, so ready? Quit pointing at your nose.
Right, we're up.
There.
One more time.
Oh.
One more time.
One more time.
There you go. Oh man, jeez, that must knock the house down. Woo.
Yeah, well, nice to knock everything down. There goes.
Give her a little power with the gong, George.
It's heavy and it's loud too. I didn't know.
That was very nice of Mark getting you that.
Yeah, I know he did a good job on it.
But he's got to get an extra gong because he bought it. Because now it's annoying everybody.
It's just annoying you because I did it today.
We should all have a gong and we could do it simultaneously.
Yeah.
Right? You know, just
I got an idea. You just gave me an idea. Sean, the idea man, gave me an idea.
I'm the idea man. It's like Michael Keaton in Night Shift.
All right, you guys. Everybody, see you guys tomorrow for Frisky Friday. Don't forget.
Hey, we did a vest for Ted Nugent yesterday.
What, George?
We did a vest for Ted Nugent yesterday.
Oh, I see.
The guy-
Was it Ted
the guy-
Nugent?
yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I seen.
The guys are going out. The guys are going out to see him next week.
Oh, cool.
Papa Bear and wait, they wanted me to go. I ain't go.
Tricks. When are they going to do a vest for me?
I don't know.
Ted Nugent. They don't. But me.
Ted Nugent's pretty cool.
I mean, I don't even get George pulling off at 7A.
I gave you a couple. I gave you shirts. What do you want?
All right, we'll see.
I need a red one.
I was gonna give the Russian broad what do you call it? I didn't make any color.
The Russian
jerk
broad.
off. I'm gonna send her a shirt.
Oh my God, George, you're getting
Get her
yourself.
a dress. Get her a dress. I'll send not undress. Get her a dress.
Boy, George, save that till tomorrow for Frisky Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
right.
shutting off here before we get in real deep and end up getting it.
Yeah, we're already rolling into Frisky Friday now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
my
we
God.
say
All right.
pretty soon.
Bye.
That's how we say
Bye,
goodbye.
everybody.